Yep, blockbusters need a blockbuster recipe. Let's get cooking.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Alrighty, beef up Tex-Mex movie night without cheese, avo, and beef burritos with a little twist, a cheesy twist, if you will. It's a must-try for movie or games nights, or I inspired to make your family exclaim, "Ole!" because this is amazing. We're doing something sneaky with some cheese here. Very, very sneaky. Chef Chumi, Chumi Chums. This is exciting. And this is one I love mince like this. I love a little bit of mince with avo, like the Mexican vibe. In any form. This, though, looks amazing. So what are we doing here?
We are making, we're basically taking a Spanish tradition.
Yeah.
Burrito.
Burrito.
Flipping it on its head and we're coating it in some melted cheese.
Oh, get out of here.
I know.
Get out.
I'm out. I've left the building.
Ridiculous. Okay, so, and we've got a lot of flavor and a lot of spice going into this.
A whole lot of flavor. So I've got some of my onion that's already sauteing in there, and I'm going to start by adding the rest of my garlic. My ingredients go in there. And I know a lot of people have this thing where, how do you layer flavor? Do you start with your mince and then add the spices, or do you add the flavorants and then add your mince? I like to do it that way. I add the flavors in there because as they cook, they also release flavor.
And that goes into the oil, which then permeates through everything. It's like with a curry,
It's like levels on levels as you keep adding.
I suppose then the watchword would be to not have it too hot so you burn the garlic before you've introduced the meat.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's why we talk about making sure that each ingredient gets cooked to a certain level and then add more, because as it cooks, it releases its flavor, but it absorbs whatever flavor you're adding into there.
Okay, so that's
if you're not if you're a person that doesn't like too much heat, then don't add the chilies. Or if you do add the chilies, just make sure you de-seed them and you remove some of the membrane.
I mean, I love it so much. I'll add them right at the end so I can still get that fresh pop of a chili.
Lovely.
You know? I do that, but that's me, and I love bird's eye especially. Okay, so we've got a nice flavor foundation there.
Correct.
The spices go in.
We're going in with our enchilada spice. If you don't have enchilada spice, you can literally just mix up any mixture of spices that you've got in your house, especially like the ones you mentioned earlier, your cumino, your coriander spice. You can add some paprika into that as well. So mix up all your spices. And
dried coriander is quite a Spanish-Mexican vibe.
Look at you talking about coriander. I know you don't like
Look, I try with the dry. I'm actually a lot better with dry than I am with
really
fresh.
That's interesting.
One day I'll do a case study on my genetic makeup. Why?
Yeah, no, because there is definitely something wrong with
we're not alone. There's like support groups for us. They really are.
I've heard. But obviously we need something to sort of tie this together. We need something to cool it down. I'm adding some tomato paste because we obviously need that body of flavor into this. So I'm going to let those cook down. But we need something to cool it down. We've added some chilies. We've added some strong spices in there. So as you take a bite into it, you want something to cool your tongue off.
To temper that. Okay.
And that's why we've got our Clover Classic that you're going to be adding there, our dairy snack that you're going to mix together. And I know you've got issues here. We've got some cilantro if you want to replace the cilantro with some parsley, since you don't like your cilantro that much.
It's just so strong, man. It's just so strong, but I will try. No, look, I know this is for our studio team, and not everyone is like me. How many? Well, I suppose.
Go back. Go in with like 3-4 tablespoons of that dairy snack. Add in your coriander, add in your garlic. The other thing is most people feel like the garlic flavor can be too strong and too pungent. You can definitely roast it ahead of time in its casing. Roast it in the oven. It actually just sort of diffuses the flavor, makes it a little milder.
Yeah, it almost gets like a sweetish flavor profile. That's actually a very clever thing to do. You just pop them whole into the oven and roast them like that. I love it. And just squeeze it out.
Squeeze it out and add that into your mixture over there. But obviously this mixture, this mince over here has to cook for a bit. And I think the one thing that is a distinguishing factor of a burrito is that it's mostly made with ground meat. So that's why we've chosen to go with our beef mince. If you wanted to, you could even flip it over. Use some pork mince, some chicken mince, lentils.
Yeah,
if you want to go vegetarian, try that as well.
Yeah, I think this could lend itself beautifully to a vegetarian. You if you make the right choices, you could go completely vegan with this if you kind of balance things out.
And lentils absorb flavor quite a bit. So we're going to start layering this baby up, right? We've got some avos that we've sliced up. That's the bottom layer here.
Okay.
And as you can see, I'm just going to do this so that it's pretty, still nice.
Yeah,
and we add our mince. I don't know if you've ever folded a burrito before.
Look, I've folded wraps. I'll try.
Okay. I'm going to give you that task.
Show me the.
All right. So what you do is you fold in the two ends on the side, and then fold in the bottom and keep rolling like we were rolling earlier with our taquitos. But you just keep going and going and going. I say the fuller the better, and people are like, don't overfill. The reason is as it cooks, the tortilla is going to get softer, so it's going to allow you to do all of that. Don't worry, my guy.
It's just, yeah, the sky's breaking a little bit.
And this is why we've got that layer of cheese, so that it can actually seal up those loose ends that you've got over there. Okay. And then we're going to put it seam side down, so that the cheese...
the cheese becomes the glue that binds it.
Perfect.
That's so clever. And to make that cheesy kind of coating, that seems quite clever. It's almost like you're making a tweel there or something at the bottom there. So
yeah, we'll just literally sprinkle some cheese over here. If you don't have a non-stick pan, just spray generously some of that non-stick spray onto your pan, and then keep rolling.
No oil in that pan. It's just to get the cheese to spread out nicely so that it's going to coat and layer. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Wow, that is exciting.
So it's now sealed properly in there.
I'm thinking you could do this cheesy trick with just about anything, actually. Anything you want to coat in cheese, do it. And of course, then we round it off. We soften some of those strong flavors in that chili with our beautiful Clover classic dairy snack. It's delicious, it's smooth, it's creamy, and it gives a subtle creaminess to these burritos that, when served on the side, that I think is going to balance out the dish beautifully. It can be enjoyed on its own as a snack, or you can use it in so many recipes, as we prove every day on the show. And you can even play around with the flavor of the dressing, like adding maybe some chopped chili for a kick there as well, a squeeze of lemon for a bit of acidity, possibly. I love it, man.
I can't wait to try it.
For the win. If you are going to go games night, going to go movie night tonight, you do need a snack that is befitting, and I think our cheesy burrito extravaganza is perfect for it. I'm going to have a taste. Oh, and the cheese has gone crispy as well. Oh, my goodness. That's just ridiculously good. Bit of guac.
So yes? Tell me.
Even with the coriander.
Wow. That's a miracle.
Beautiful.
Made with love by Clover.